Also, clenbuterol has a thermogenic effect. That means it raises the temperature of the body and increases resting energy expenditure. Also, it stimulates fat cells to break down triglycerides into free fatty acids, which are then used for energy. It also reduces digestion and appetite to some degree, and it increases glucose release from the liver to be used for energy, and dilates blood vessels, bringing more blood and oxygen to the muscles. Clenbuterol, the most famous fat burner in bodybuilding, and of course, there is a reason for that. But there is also a lot of misinformation out there about this drug. So in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about clenbuterol, from its history and medical use, how it works in the body, and the side effects you must never ignore. I will also explain the safest practices covering dosing, duration, and different approaches people use during contest prep. So by the end of the video, you will have a deep understanding of this drug, and you will know how to use it responsibly if you ever decide to. Let's start first with the history and medical usage of clenbuterol. Clenbuterol was originally developed to treat asthma patients because it helps to open up the airways and make breathing much easier. This drug is available and widely used in many countries, especially across Europe and Latin America. However, it has never been approved for human use in the United States, as in the US there are already other effective asthma medications that are FDA approved and considered safer, but clenbuterol usage is very common among US bodybuilders and athletes, as it is produced by underground labs and it can easily be found on the black market. And now, let's talk about the characteristics of clenbuterol and how it works in the body. The chemical name of clenbuterol is clenbuterol hydrochloride, and it belongs to a group of drugs called sympathomimetics. Now, what do these drugs do? These drugs affect the sympathetic nervous system. To make it simple, our body has two systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic system is like fight or flight mode. Imagine a lion is chasing you. Your heart rate will be very high because you are in alert state, so you cannot get hungry and definitely not sleepy at that time. On the other hand, the parasympathetic system is your rest mode. This is when you are relaxed, you can get hungry or sleepy because you are in a calm state and not in a survival mode. Now, sympathomimetics drugs interact with specific receptors in the body called alpha and beta receptors. These receptors actually have a different subtypes. For example, we have beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3 receptors. The beta 1 receptors are found mainly in the heart, and when they are activated, they raise heart rate and blood pressure. Beta 2 receptors are found in the lungs and muscles, and when they are activated, they relax the airways, improve blood flow, and even support fat burning. And finally, beta 3 receptors are found mainly in the fat tissue, especially in brown fat, and their activation helps increase calorie burning and energy expenditure. Clenbuterol is very selective. It mainly targets the beta 2 adrenergic receptors and to some extent the beta 3 receptor. That's actually a good thing, because we said beta 2 receptors are found in the lungs and muscles, and when they are activated, they help vasodilate the airways and increase blood flow. And that is exactly what we want. Now, when beta 3 receptors are activated, they help the body burn more calories and increase energy expenditure. On the other hand, beta 1 receptors are found in the heart, and if a drug activates beta 1, that will raise heart rate and blood pressure in a significant way, and that is exactly what we don't want. So compared to older non-selective beta agonists, clenbuterol was considered a much safer and more effective treatment for asthma patients. In clinical studies, it worked very well and was generally well tolerated by patients. However, let's be clear, even though clenbuterol is selective, it still increases the blood pressure and heart rate to some degree. Also, clenbuterol has a thermogenic effect. That means it raises the temperature of the body and increases resting energy expenditure. Also, it stimulates fat cells to break down triglycerides into free fatty acids, which are then used for energy. It also reduces digestion and appetite to some degree, and it increases glucose release from the liver to be used for energy, and dilates blood vessels, bringing more blood and oxygen to the muscles. That is why people report stronger contractions and better blood flow during training. On top of that, activating the beta-2 receptors reduces protein breakdown, which helps retaining muscle mass while dieting. So because of all these reasons, Clenbuterol became a very attractive drug during fat loss periods and contest prep. But I have to clarify, Clenbuterol is not a magic pill. You cannot just take it and eat whatever you want and expect to burn fat. And as we know, you must be in a caloric deficit to lose body fat. So following a structured diet will always be the most effective tool for driving fat loss. The cardio and fat burners like Clenbuterol can increase caloric expenditure when needed, especially if you stagnate. For example, if you hit a plateau in a contest prep during the last weeks, your food is already very low and the cardio is very high. It might not be realistic to cut more food or increase cardio any further. In that case, Clenbuterol can be a useful tool. It may help you burn a couple hundred more calories with the same food intake and the same activity level, pushing fat loss a bit further. So keep in mind, Clenbuterol is just a tool to accelerate fat loss, but it will be a complete waste if you are not following a diet that puts you on a deficit in the first place. Now, there are some animal studies showing anabolic effects of Clenbuterol, which means it has a potential for muscle growth. But in humans, there is no solid evidence that Clenbuterol builds muscles, and personally, I don't believe that Clenbuterol is anabolic at all. If your goal is building muscle, anabolic steroids would be the best tool for doing that job, not Clenbuterol. But don't forget, Clenbuterol also have a serious side effects. Clenbuterol can increase blood pressure and heart rate, which adds constant load on the heart, making it work harder all day long. So if you already have a heart condition, please keep that in mind. It can also make your hands shaky, even when you are just sitting down. So if your job depends on precision with your hands, like being an artist, a painter, or pianist, this can definitely affect your work. Another common one is sweating more than usual, as it raises body temperature. It also stimulates the central nervous system very strongly. That is why some people get insomnia. And honestly, I think that is the worst side effect, because if you can sleep, your recovery suffers, your training performance drops, and you will be exhausted throughout the day. And that was also my personal experience with it when I used Clenbuterol one time in the past. In general, I am very sensitive to caffeine and stimulants. When I used Clenbuterol, it badly affected my sleep. I was exhausted all day long, and that has actually made me more hungry as well. Also, I am a very calm person and I like to be relaxed, so I hated the feeling of the inner restlessness it caused. Personally, I really don't like the sympathomimetics drugs at all. I would rather to do more cardio or eat a bit less than using them. Also, some people may feel nausea when they use Clenbuterol. Now, if someone overdoses on Clenbuterol or start at high dose from the beginning, or even you are a sensitive person to stimulants like me, the side effects can get much worse, like rapid breathing, irregular heartbeat, trembling, panic, and extreme restlessness. But usually if you do experience these side effects, many of them fade away after about a week, as the body adapts to Clenbuterol very quickly. I have to mention one more thing. When your body adapts and the side effects decrease, that doesn't mean the drug stopped working or became ineffective. Yes, downregulation happens quickly in the muscles, but that doesn't mean a decrease in fatty acid oxidation. Another side effect that can happen with Clenbuterol is muscle cramps, but you can use taurine for that. It can reduce cramping significantly. Before we move to the next point, which is how and when Clenbuterol should be used, if you got any value from this video until now, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, I have to mention, YouTube doesn't like to put this type of content, so make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss the future videos. Now, let's move on how and when Clenbuterol should be used, covering its application, dosing approach, and duration. The prescription guidelines for asthma patients was 20 micrograms per day, which is 1 tablet per day, and in some cases, 40 micrograms take as 2 tablets per day. In bodybuilding, users starts at 20 or 40 micrograms per day, and raise the dose gradually each week by 20 mcg. The most common dose at the end is about 80 mcg, and some users go up to 120 or even 160. I always recommend, if you take it, start very low. 20 micrograms would be very good starting point. And there are some people that are very sensitive to these kinds of drugs, and you may experience serious side effects if you start high. It is very normal that you may notice some side effects in the first few days, but they will decrease maybe after 3 to 5 days and your body will get used to it. Then you can increase the dose every week by 20 mcg. This approach is not to get many side effects. Also, maybe you really don't need to raise the dose at all and stay on the same dose for a longer period if you are getting results. So no need for adjustments if everything is going in the right direction. Regarding duration, there are two different approaches that athletes use. The first one, which I like, is to spare Clenbuterol for the last period of contest prep, maybe the last 4 to 6 weeks, after you have already maximized fat loss process mainly through your nutrition and cardio. At some point, if you hit a plateau and cannot do any more cardio or reduce the calorie intake any further, at that time, if you start to take Clenbuterol while all other variables remain the same, you will continue to burn fat and take your condition to the next level. Another approach, some athletes use Clenbuterol right from the start of the fat loss phase at a low dose, and they keep it all the way through, maybe for 16 or 20 weeks prep. But of course, they don't increase the dose on a weekly basis. That lets them eat a little bit more food or do less cardio, and they let the Clenbuterol play in the background all the time. I am not a fan of this approach, but I can see that it might be a very useful for some people that have a very slow metabolism and need to eat very low calories to get in shape. Following this approach will make them eat a little bit more food and make the dieting process much easier. I have to mention that using Clenbuterol or other fat burners is not must at all. They are just a tool that you can use if you really need them. And never forget, if you don't follow a strict diet, it is just a waste. You can think of Clenbuterol like this. If your maintenance calories are 3,000 calories and you want to make a deficit to lose half kilogram or 1 pound of fat per week, you want to decrease your calories by 500 calories. You can make this deficit with only nutrition, or I will just throw some numbers for understanding. Maybe you can do 350 calories deficit from the food and let Clenbuterol help with the rest to get the same result. Regarding timing, as we mentioned, Clenbuterol has a very long half-life, about 34 hours. So dosing once a day is enough, but try to take it in the morning as it peaks relatively fast. If you take it at night, it will affect your sleep. I have heard some weird protocols in the past like 2 days on, 1 day off, which is nonsense. Because with such a long half-life, even on the off day, Clenbuterol is still in your system. It takes about 5 half-lives for a drug to be effectively cleared, which means you would need roughly at least a week off to get it out of your system completely. The next point is Clenbuterol availability and supply. Clenbuterol can be found easily on the international market. It is made by pharmaceutical companies and it is also produced by underground labs. It usually comes in 20 mcg or 40 mcg tablets and sometimes in liquid form, but I would highly recommend avoiding the liquid form as dosing is very hard to be accurate. Clenbuterol in general is a very cheap drug. You can find it under different brand names like Spiropent, Clinasma, Ventolase. All of these are just brand names, but the chemical name of the drug remains the same, Clenbuterol hydrochloride. If you found any value in this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. For online coaching and consultations, please check out my website. I will leave the link in the description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.